everyone, I'm MrGamingGuitarist, and I'm here to review the season finale of Legends of Tomorrow. And I thought that this finale was really good. There's a few things that I thought could have been handled better. Just one thing, but overall, I thought this episode was great. Let's get into it. The first thing that I want to mention is I'm really glad that Sarah finally found out that Laurel's dead. How they all dropped them off in 2016, and they were able to temporarily resettle back into their lives that they've had before they went on this big journey with Rip Hunter on the Wave Rider. So I'm really glad that at least we finally got to have that one scene, and I'm glad that it wasn't a thing that was simply just brushed over. Oh, my sister's dead. No, it's like I'm glad that they were able to have those scenes with Sarah and Quentin, and that they were able to have the emotional weight that they did. And I also really liked seeing how even when they were all back on the Wave Rider, we got to see Sarah really just looked like she seemed very broken, because she wanted to go back in time and save her, and then Rip is telling her that there's nothing they can do for the timeline. Okay, that's one thing I was a bit confused on, because if the Oculus has already been destroyed, then if they go back, I mean, isn't time just not able to change? However, like, isn't it like a first come first serve basis? Like, a person can change the timeline, like it's all up for grabs. Anyone can change it now. It's not a predetermined thing. I don't know, but yeah, I really enjoyed just seeing her struggle, because it really shows that this isn't just some small thing. It's a really big deal. And also, I really liked seeing Martin really struggle. Well, not struggle, but seeing him almost look like he's okay with just staying at home playing history trivia with his wife. I'm glad that she's the one that was telling him it's okay for you to go back and do this, because because going out there making a difference in the whole timeline is a hell of a lot better than staying at home playing trivia. And I'm glad that her and Jax were there to give him that intervention. And the other thing, I also liked seeing Heatwave really struggle with just trying to operate without Snart, and the fact that he's there with all these other people. But I thought it was really funny seeing Ray be his getaway driver, and how he just wants to try and stay friends with him. I thought that was really funny. But also, I also thought it was interesting how in World War II, how Kendra and how Kendra and Carter were in France, and I still don't know exactly how that worked. How whenever Kendra just wrote a note on something and put it inside the helmet, how did Vandal Savage how did he immediately know that she was there? What is it about a thing that she wrote or a thing she drew that immediately made Savage know her location? That is a thing that's confused me just a little bit, but I can get over that. But of course, the thing that I thought was really cool was how they dropped each of them off at 3 different time periods. How they dropped off Sarah and Jax, or just Sarah and Firestorm in Norway in 1975, and they dropped off Ray and Heatwave back in, I forget what town it was, but that place I believe it was 1958, I think it was, yeah, in the 50s, and how and then the rest of the team was there, and how Kendra and Carter and Rip were there in 2016, how they all fought them all at once. Yeah, I thought that was very interesting. And it made for 3, not 1, for good fight scenes, but all 3 good fight scenes. However, I thought it would have been better if Heatwave killed Savage with Snart's cold gun. I thought that would have been good revenge on that, and I thought it would have been much better symbolically, but whatever. But I'm just glad that for the first time, Heatwave's gun actually burns something, and I'm glad it was Savage. So yeah, that made me happy, and we finally got to see Sarah snap someone's neck with the staff. I don't think I've seen her do that since season 2 of Arrow. If any of you remember that, when Quentin was there at that clock, I think it was a clock tower. Any of you remember that? When she was fighting Rachel Ghoul's henchmen, or just other League of Assassins members. I think that was the last time we saw it happen. And we also got to see them take down the meteor, and so yeah, we got to see Jax just melt it down into water, and then we got to see who else? We got to see Ray shrink it in the 50s, but Rip took the meteor, and he put it onto the Wave Rider, and he just tried to sacrifice himself by putting it into space. And that really reminded me of the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 3 finale. Not gonna say anything about it, but if you've seen that and this Legends of Tomorrow season finale, then I'm pretty sure you know exactly what I'm talking about. But it's kind of funny how he just went back, and how he was able at the last second to make another time jump and go back into the present, or back into 2016. I really liked seeing that. Anyways, the other thing that I really liked was, of course, that very last ending, and we got to see Hawkman and Hawkgirl fly away, and I'm sure that made lots of people happy. I mean, me, I wasn't that invested in their characters to begin with, so seeing them go away, I'm sure they'll be back for season 2 eventually. But I know there's a lot of Hawk haters out there, but I thought it was really funny how, as they were flying away, you got to see Mick had the best one-liner of the whole episode when he said, "Whenever I watch them fly away, it just makes me hungry for chicken." that was really funny. But then we got to see another not a Wave Rider, but I'm gonna guess just another time vessel. I forgot what the official name of the ships are, but we got to see I forget his name, but he said his name was Rex Tyler, I believe, but Hourman, that's who it was. And then he said something that was like just the mic drop of the episode, or of the entire series, frankly. He said, "I'm from the Justice Society of America." I was punching my pillow because, I watched all these episodes in my bedroom. It made me punch my pillow screaming, "Fuck yeah, motherfucker," because the Justice Society, they confirmed it. It exists now, because as I remember, for a while, once this spin-off show was revealed, lots of people were wondering, is this going to be about the Justice Society? Because, of course, can't use Justice League, they're for the movies, but we had access to Earth 2 and all the B characters and the Golden Age, so why not use Justice Society? And now I'm so happy that we finally get an answer to what season 2 is going to be about, and it's going to be about Justice Society, or at least it appears that that's going to play a big part into it. So I'm really happy to see that, though. So we're finally going to see the Justice Society, and it appears that Hourman will be taking the place of Hawkman and Hawkgirl. So I'm really looking forward to seeing it. And it's also very interesting because Our Man was supposed to be getting his own series back on the WB, but instead that is what became Smallville. So I'm glad where things are coming back around, or just swinging, or things are just coming around Millhouse, and we finally get to see Our Man. So I'm very happy about that. So yeah, season 2 of Legends of Tomorrow. I absolutely cannot wait to see it. So anyways, what did you think of this finale? Tell me in the comments below, and you can also support my channel on Patreon. I would very much appreciate that. And you can also support my podcast, which is the N4G TV podcast, where our recent interview, our recent podcast, we interviewed the author Richard Kadri, who wrote the Sandman Slim series and the Everything box. I'm very proud of that interview. I think it's the best, one of the greatest things I've ever done, and I'd appreciate it if you went ahead and checked that out. So anyways, that's pretty much it. All I have to say for this episode. I loved it. I thought it was great, except for a few things that confused me, with the whole putting the note in the helmet thing. Yeah, that didn't make a whole lot of sense, but that's just one small nitpick for what I feel otherwise was a great season finale. So anyways, I'll see you guys on the review for season 2 of Legends of Tomorrow, and I'll be back to review the season finales of Arrow and The Flash. Yay! So anyways, see you next time. Goodbye.